The Rambo films are the ultimate badass shoot-'em-up, take-no-crap movies made for men who love movies. It doesn't matter what part of the world you come from, you hear the name Rambo, and you know he means business. Welcome to Patrol Clip, guys, and today we're going to look at 13 things that you probably didn't know about Rambo. And if you're as big of a Rambo fan as we are, then I hope you give this video a huge like and thumbs up. And make sure you also let us know which one's your favorite Rambo film in the comments below. And of course, maybe, just in case, bring a lot of body bags. Anyway, let's get started, guys.
Here we go! A fan tricks Sylvester Stallone.
During the DVD commentary for Rambo First Blood, Stallone recalled an instance of a woman who approached him at a bar and lied about being his fan so that she could get free drinks from him. Shame, shame! Funnily enough, Stallone included a scene showing exactly that happening in the 2006 film Rocky Balboa.
A real accident.
Sadly, not all crew members had a glorious time on the set of Rambo First Blood. The car crash scene between Rambo and Sheriff Tessel was not only real, but also caused a lot of damage. Actual damage. A stuntman by the name of Benny Dobbins was driving the car for the crash stunt, but the accident took place for real with the car flipping, and he broke his back and shortened his spine. Ouchies!
The damn costumes tricked us.
So of course you remember the iconic revenge polka that Rambo wears in the film, right? You know, the big red headband. Well, turns out that wasn't actually a costume. Sylvester Stallone fashioned it himself out of a decaying piece of canvas that they found on set somewhere. And since they didn't have any duplicates of that particular polka, the actors and the crew had to be very careful not to destroy it. Word has it, Sly still has it preserved carefully in his home to this day.
The novel.
So, believe it or not, Rambo is actually based off a book from 1972 written by writer David Morrell. Now, the book is actually a little bit different from the film because in the book, you don't actually get to hear Rambo's full name. Matter of fact, the name Rambo came to David from an apple that he was eating one day. He had asked his wife what kind of apple it was, and she told him it was called a Rambo apple. So, there you have it, folks. I guess it's a good thing he wasn't eating a Gala apple. It probably wouldn't sound as macho.
No, Sylvester?
As is often the case in Hollywood, sometimes the lead actor isn't always the original intention. In Rambo's sake, Sylvester Stallone initially did turn down the film. He basically felt that because other actors had turned it down that he should too. However, he was given the opportunity to rewrite the film and given a salary of $3.5 million to do so. Cha-ching. And boy, we are glad he stuck to it because it's just a little too hard to imagine anyone else.
Written himself.
So as we just mentioned, Sylvester Stallone did actually get to co-write Rambo First Blood. The actor agreed to come on as the leading man of the project, only if he was allowed to be a part of the writing process. Considering how rare of an opportunity that is for an actor, I would say that's a pretty damn good one. And of course, he was well compensated for it. In fact, he even got to co-write every single one of the Rambo movies since. Hey, you guys still with us? Hope so. We still got more of this topic to go. We'd also like to real quick remind our viewers that if you subscribe today, you'll receive a free PDF on how to become a successful social media influencer. So make sure you get on board with that.
The other guys who were considered.
Speaking of actors, of course, Stallone wasn't even the first choice to play the war veteran John Rambo. First Blood was considered a cursed project because it was passed around for nearly 10 years before the makers finally got Stallone to agree to it. Chuck Norris, Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen, and even Robert De Niro were all asked, but they thought that the film was a little too violent. As, ironic as that sounds. Interestingly, though, Al Pacino turned it down because he just didn't think that Rambo was crazy enough. Well, okay, I think I could probably see that coming from Pacino.
The knife.
Alright, so the knife, admittedly and obviously, is one of the most coolest and famous things within the Rambo series. It's quite distinctive, and it's even had a few parodies based around it. But did you know that the knife that's custom made is actually inspired by Vietnam combat knives? Now here's the thing though, the knife isn't actually the same in all the Rambo series. It has some subtle differences, even in the teeth. However, there are some major changes. For example, Rambo, in one film, uses a machete.
Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Injuries.
Naturally, a lot of injuries did occur on the set of First Blood and yes, throughout the rest of the series. However, the ones in First Blood are notoriously bad. We mentioned the stuntman earlier who was involved in a car crash, and that left him some serious injuries. Of course, Stallone got a few of his own licks, including breaking his own ribs. He also ended up accidentally breaking Alf Humphrey's nose with his elbow. Yeah, that probably felt good.
The Other Guys, Part 2.
Sylvester Stallone wasn't the only casting coup in Rambo First Blood. The mighty Kirk Douglas was supposed to play Colonel Samuel Trotman, but he refused the role because he wanted to change the ending of the film, and they wouldn't let him. Douglas wanted Rambo to die at the end of the film and that Trotman be the one to kill him. Now imagine that ending. Yeah. Since the filmmakers had to refuse Douglas, they instead replaced him with Richard Crenna, hired in his place just one day before the shooting of the film commenced. And damn, look at what a superb job he did.
You no trouble except for that king shit cup. All I wanted was something to eat. But the man kept pushing, sir. Well, you did some push.
Without screwing up the ending.
Do we get the win this time?
This time it's up to you.
Destroying the originals.
So when the first cut of the film came out, Stallone hated it, like a lot. But you can't blame him though, because it was over 3 hours long, and Stallone was a little worried that it might absolutely destroy his career. Matter of fact, apparently the rumor is that he bought all of the tapes and had them destroyed just to make sure that nobody would get to see them. Damn, Sly, did you get to use a little napalm while you were at it?
Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Sensitive Sylvester.
Probably one of the biggest reasons why Sylvester Stallone got cast was because of his sensitive side. Of course, after doing the Rocky films, a lot of people thought the Italian Stallion might not have been the most compelling actor compared to some of the others that were out there in Hollywood at the time. When Ted Kotcheff suggested to his fellow producers that it should be Sylvester Stallone for the role, they were all extremely hesitant. He did, of course, eventually win the agreement by saying that he's tough and has an extremely sensitive side that nobody else could do. I guess that was good enough for them. And lastly,
Sylvester's hatred.
so yeah, sure, Kirk Douglas might have been the one to want to see a change in the ending, but did you know that Sylvester Stallone hated the film altogether? As we mentioned earlier, he ended up buying and destroying all the original cuts. Of course, though, the changes were made and the film was released. Now that Stallone even admits that First Blood is his favorite of all the Rambo films, that is some interesting shit.
Is there any law against me getting something here?
Yeah, me.
So why are you pushing me? I haven't done anything to you.
Your name? Rambo. John Jay?
Rambo John Jay, born 7/6/47, Bowie, Arizona, of Indian German descent. He's a hell of a combination.
Well, guys, that's our video for today. We hope that you learned something new about Rambo that you never knew about before. And if you think we missed anything, make sure you please let us know down in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the little notification bell to stay up to date on all things Patrol Clip.
And until next time.